This is the Royals POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Kansas City Royals. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome into the Royals POSTCAST here on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm your host, Chance Liebau, and I'm here to bring you reaction to every single Royals game the rest of the season. You can follow me on Twitter at Chance Liebau. That's at ChanceLieBau. If you cannot make a show live, do not worry. These episodes will always be uploaded for you to listen to on demand wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you for making the Locked On Royals podcast or the Royals POSTCAST your first listen of the day. Before we get started, remember to subscribe to the channel and turn on our notifications so that you get an alert whenever we go live. Thanks so much for joining the show. Please join the live chat. Let me know your thoughts on the game, and I'll try to get to some of the comments. Not expecting a huge crowd today for the postcast as we have a day baseball game, a lot of people at work, but obviously appreciate you guys who are with us live. And if you're not here live, if you are getting here after the fact, don't forget, like the video, leave a comment. I try to go through the comments after every show and look at the feedback that you guys have, and also take a look at, maybe some questions that you guys might have. So I appreciate you guys for being here live in the chat. All right, the Royals pick up a massive 6-4 win today against the Texas Rangers. They put themselves in a really good position heading into a massive series against the Tigers. I haven't taken a look just yet at the projected pitchers against the Tigers. I know they missed Tarek Skubal, so that's obviously a good sign. But the Royals now wrap up an 8-2 homestand with a massive win over the Rangers. Vinnie Pasquantino homers for the fourth straight game. The offense does just enough. It was a lot closer than it should have been, and for that reason, we'll get into just what you'll be talking about.
This is what you'll be talking about.
I think that the performance from Vinnie Pasquantino is at the forefront of everybody's mind. 4 straight homers. I have kind of dogged on Vinnie at times this season. I hold him to a pretty high standard. He kind of deems himself as the clubhouse leader, a guy that is going to hit in the middle of this Royals lineup, whether we like it or not. Has underperformed at times this season and has overperformed at times this season. He has been on a hot streak. Homers in 4 straight games against the Rangers. And I think he also had a homer in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. So that would make it 5 homers against the Rangers this season. Vinnie Pasquantino has been one of the best hitters in this Royals lineup at times this season. I get frustrated because of his approach at times, and that's really it. He does not do well with runners on third, runner at third, and less than 2 outs. But that's a nitpicky thing for me. I hold him to a high standard. He's a guy that has not made an all-star game. He plays a position that you have to hit if you want to be a valued player. And Vinnie Pasquantino has very much hit the ball very well here recently. 4 straight games with a homer. Today goes 1 for 5, but put some scorches on some balls. I mean, you look at his exit velocities today. I'm going to pull it up right here on the Savant page. Vinnie Pasquantino hit balls at 107, 94, and then had 2 strikeouts. Definitely an up and down day for Vinnie, an up and down series, really. Hit the home run ball, but there have also been times where he just has not performed with runners in scoring position. Crucial double plays have gotten in the way of his production at times this season. But when he has homers like he does today, immediately answering. I mean, the one thing that I have loved and been encouraged by when watching this Royals offense during this hot stretch of games, and it's something we didn't see a whole lot of when they were struggling, was the fact that they are answering the bell when it gets called upon. Every time the Rangers scored today, the Royals had an answer for it. Rangers scored in the third. Royals scored. Royals then scored 2 in the fourth. Rangers scored 3 in the fifth. Then the Royals scored 3 in the bottom of the fifth. And then they tallied on another in the seventh with Luke Maile having a bases loaded walk. So very, very up and down offensive performance today. They worked a ton of counts. They had 8 walks, 9 hits, but then again, 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position, 10 runners left on base. They did not do a very good job at times in this game of capitalizing when there were opportunities. But you did see Bobby Witt Jr. was back to Bobby Witt Jr. I mean, today he goes 2 for 5. Bobby's now up to 295. And if you look at his numbers here in August, and I think that the reason the Royals are getting hot in August is because you've gotten much better performances out of guys like Bobby and like Vinny, the guys you need to get good performances out of. The Royals have gotten that. Bobby Witt Jr. now in the month of August is hitting 338 with a 432 OPP, 559 slug, 4 doubles, 3 homers. He's walking more. He is getting on base more. It's more what we're used to seeing with Bobby Witt Jr. And somebody asked a question in Jack's mailbag. Is this kind of the season that we can expect from Bobby Witt Jr.? I think this is probably, I don't want to call it his floor. I think his floor is probably a 275 to 280 hitter. But this is, I'd say, the bottom 20% or bottom 40% of what we can expect from Bobby Witt Jr. throughout his prime years in Kansas City. He has been everything you could ask for. He set Vinnie up a couple times. Obviously, Vinnie didn't come through a couple of times. Also set Salvi up, had the double that could have been an inside the park home run. A really good performance all in all by the top of this Royals lineup. The bottom of the lineup gave you just enough. Luke Maile with the bottom of the lineup walk, a bases loaded walk. I was encouraged by the offense in the entire series, really, against Texas. Obviously, you avoid DeGrom, but today they faced a lefty. Well, I wouldn't consider Patrick Corbin like a tough lefty. He's a guy that has had some good outings this season, pitches much better at home. But the Royals tagged him 7 hits, didn't make it through the 4th. Give credit to the Royals. They were able to do a very good job today of making life difficult on the Rangers, working ABs. I mean, let's just look at the pitch counts for Rangers pitchers. 77, so that would put you at 98, 137, 152, 162. They saw 162 pitches a day. They worked a lot of 3-ball counts. I thought it was a really good day for the Royals offense. In a week where they really have had ups and downs. Last night was a putrid performance for the offense, especially against a really bad Rangers bullpen. They didn't get anything for the final 8 innings against the Rangers, and in my opinion, that was what lost them the game. You can say what you want about Matt Quattro's decisions in the lineup, in the bench. I'll let you say that, but the offense just didn't perform well against a really bad bullpen. Today, they tag a really solid lefty, I would say solid, not really good, a solid lefty, and then continue to add on against the bullpen. And the Royals picked up a massive win today, 8-2 on the homestand. They gain a half game on the Mariners, who were off today. They head to Sacramento to face the A's starting tomorrow. This was right where this is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Royals. They needed a game like this where you kind of crack things open a little bit. I was very pleased with everything I saw from Kansas City today. And now if you look at the American League standings, they're a sole possession of second in the American League Central. I don't think they can catch Detroit, who is right now absolutely peaking. They're winners of 8 of their last 10, 3 in a row. I don't consider them AL Central contenders, but they're 2 games back of the Mariners. They are 2.5 games back of the Red Sox. Both of those teams are riding losing streaks. And, you know, the one thing that kind of frustrated me in the more so the road trip that they just had with the Twins, the Blue Jays, and the Red Sox was, yeah, the Royals were winning series. They were pulling off wins, but they needed series like this and like the White Sox series and really like the National series. You knew that the teams ahead of them were going to remember how to win baseball games at some point. The Royals couldn't just tread water. They had to gain ground. And for a time, they just hadn't gained very much ground. But now the Royals have gained 2.5 games in the last week and a half against the Mariners and against the Red Sox. So they're putting themselves in a better position. And that leads me to really have encouragement. I don't think this is a postseason team. I think that at some point the hot streak will die. I think at some point the Mariners and Red Sox, who are, in my opinion, are much more talented teams than the Royals, will pull away. But I'm not going to poo-poo on the parade that this team is hot right now. I think that they are competitors right now, and they can shut me up by going into Detroit and winning a series this weekend. I don't know if it'll happen, but I think that it's a somewhat a possibility. But I really enjoy watching this team. This is a much more enjoyable team to watch compared to what we saw in the first half against a really putrid schedule. I have been very pleased by what we've seen from this Royals team in this second half of the season. All right, when we come back, we'll dive into Michael Lorenzen's outing and preview the series with the Tigers. That's all coming up next on the Royals Postcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there's Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. I linked all my accounts to Monarch and immediately spotted a few subscriptions I wasn't even using. Canceling those alone saved me money every month. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONMLB. Today's episode is also brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. It's time to fuel up and turn it up with 5 Hour Energy Transfusion. This grape, ginger, and lime flavored shot brings the iconic taste of a golf course favorite to a non-alcoholic boost. Perfect for sinking birdies or making great memories with friends. It's a hole-in-one for your energy game. Whether you're out on the course or just need a little extra push to power through your day, 5 Hour Energy Transfusion delivers the clubhouse flavor you love without ever leaving the green. You can tell right now I could absolutely use a 5 Hour Energy just to get through this show, to get through this afternoon. It's been a long week for me personally. I need a 5 Hour Energy transfusion right now. Golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors, and the grape ginger lime flavor of 5 Hour Energy Transfusion gives you the best parts of your clubhouse go-to without leaving the course or chasing down the bev cart. Now you can amp up the fun even more. Just buy, snap, and enter for a chance to win a dream golf trip for two to any golf tournament in the USA. Tee up that trip by visiting 5hewin.com for full rules and entry. No purchase necessary in this giveaway. Excludes the Masters tournament, and it ends October 31st. That's 5 Hour Energy 5 Hour Energy Transfusion. All right, Michael Lorenzen, let's talk about his outing. I thought he was fine today. I really did. I thought that he bounced back. He did not have a very good outing, I didn't think, in his first performance. But he came back today, and if you take away, and this is kind of the same thing you could talk about with Sam Long last night. I was fine with Sam Long staying in last night. I know there's a lot of people that didn't agree with that decision. But for Michael Lorenzen, he is a couple of ground balls away from getting out of that inning. I think it was the fifth inning, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, I'm blanking off the top of my head. It was the fifth inning. He's a couple of seeing eye ground balls, seeing eye singles getting out of that inning. And then if Jonathan India makes a, I don't know what I would say about the throw. I don't know who to blame on that throw between Bobby and India in that fifth inning. I'm probably going to put the blame on India for putting a little bit too much zip on it. Kind of rushed the throw a little bit. But I don't think Bobby Witt Jr. is without blame either. That guy's a 330 hitter last year. I think he's got good enough hand-eye coordination to catch a ball at second base. But other than that, I mean, it didn't end up hurting them because Vinny homers to lead off the next inning. But Michael Lorenzen was pretty solid today. I mean, in all, he goes 4 1/3 innings, 9 hits allowed, but he strikes out 6. The velocity today from Lorenzen, let's pull it up. Lorenzen's velocity was 92 on the sinker, 93 on the fastball, still down from where he's usually at. Command wise was in the zone for the most part. Got a couple of whiffs, was able to get some guys out at the plate. A couple of infield hits. I mean, if you look at what Lorenzen had in terms of expected batting average, he really didn't have that bad of a day. In terms of hard hits, Lorenzen didn't give up that many. I didn't think he was hit that hard today, which is why I'm encouraged by what I saw from him, especially compared to his last outing. And then give credit to the bullpen. Angel Serpa comes in, slams the door shut, gets the tailor-made double play that the doctor ordered. Daniel Lynch, coming off of no rest at all after last night, doesn't make it through an inning, but Johnny Schreiber comes in, and man, oh man, I love John Schreiber in the bullpen. That guy is a dog, especially with runners on. I mean, last year his nickname was Johnny Leverage. He comes in these high-stakes situations, runners on, and coming into today, only 25% of inherited runners against him had come in to score. And he's a guy that's come in the middle of innings. I really like what he's been able to do this season. Taylor Clark, 1-2-3 eighth inning with a pair of punchies. And then Carlos Estevez, say what you want about Estevez. He's pitched a scoreless inning in his last 4 outings, and he has not given up very many base runners either in those situations. I've been really impressed with Carlos Estevez. Picks up his 33rd save of the season. And let me just do some quick math, because I think he's probably on pace to get to around 40 saves, which I think would be around a Royals record. I'm not sure exactly what it would be. I know that there were some really good seasons for the Royals back in the day when closers were used more liberally. But I mean, single season, top 10 single season pitching. Let's look for saves. Sorry, I know this is bad podcasting right here. Looking at it. Greg Holland had 47 in 2013. The Royals have had 7 pitchers get over 40. 2 of them from Holland, one of them from Monty, 2 from Quiz, 2 from Soria. So he could become the 5th Royals pitcher to have a 40-plus save season. I don't think that's out of the cards for Carlos Estevez, especially in the situation where the Royals are at, where they have been in a lot of close games. So I really like what Carlos Estevez has been able to do and think he's done a phenomenal job this season. ERA down to 2.72. I'm not sure what more you could ask for from Carlos Estevez and the Royals pitching staff today. Struck out 12 Rangers, only walked 1. I was happy with what I saw from the Royals today. And they move into a Detroit series where, let me pull up the FanGraphs pitching matchups. Jack is on vacation. He's on his bachelor trip, so don't be hounding him in his comments. He's enjoying himself. Let him enjoy his bachelor party. I don't know if he's going to tweet out the pitching matchups, but tomorrow, Ryan Bergert and Casey Mize, Michael Wacha and Chris Paddock on Saturday, and Seth Lugo and Jack Flaherty on Sunday. So they avoid Tarek Skubal, and then they're on to Chicago, who they just swept. So the Royals, in my opinion, I think that they need to aim to take 2 or 3 against the Tigers. I know they're hot, but darn it, the Royals are hot too. Don't go into a series, settling for a lost series. Go in there expecting to win, because I like what I've seen from the Royals. I like what they're doing. I think that they need to go in and take the series against the Tigers, and then, by God, sweep the White Sox. And then we're talking playoffs if that happens. But no off day. They will be back tomorrow night. First pitch tomorrow night at 6:10, and then 5:10 on Saturday. I'm going to try to give you guys a live show immediately after the Royals game ends. But remember, I also have another job. We are the radio home of KU at ESPN Wichita. So I might have to postpone it until right after the KU game ends. They both start around the same time. I'm not sure what exactly that looks like, but if I have to go 15 minutes after, kind of like we did with the walk-off game against the Braves, so be it. Going to try to get you guys an episode right after, but if the KU game is still going on, I have work responsibilities there. So I appreciate you guys for being flexible there, and hope to see you again tomorrow night. We'll be back tomorrow around the same time. I'd imagine around 9 o'clock we'll be coming to you as the Royals and Tigers take battle. I think it'll be a fun series, and hope the Royals will come away with the win tomorrow. Ryan Bergert's been really impressive. I have no reason to believe he won't shove tomorrow. Appreciate you guys for being here with us. Curtis with a great reminder. Thank you, Curtis. Reminder that tomorrow's game is on Apple TV. Darn it. Not happy about that. Thank you, Curtis, for reminding us. We'll be back tomorrow. Hope you guys will join us. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you tomorrow for another edition of the Royals Postcast.